Yudam Rajantamanovedamapeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virakatanaya Juhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Vinedus Tam Sarvabhutaridaya Munimanatosmi. Experiencing the absolute reality and understanding the mystery of its cosmic functioning eradicates indulgence in passionate clinging to suffering-generating, life-dungeonizing, destiny-making, brainwashed conditions, my dear friends. This is what Sri Sureshwaracharya, a 447 BCE philosopher, wrote in his famous book Naishkarma Siddhi. With the same spirit, he smashes out the detachment of the renounced life as well. When you are above from attachment and detachment of life both, then only a virus of multi-million kinds of biases, germs of orthodoxy, worms of stubborn and obstinate head with reeling judgmental impulses are no longer able to crawl in your brain, with which all religious preachers of last 2000 years were burning inside and burning outside world, especially in the West, because except those they have no valid way to get to the heaven. Hindu mystics were unique. Dust of stains were removed from their eyes. They were able to see clearly, bright and clean, because they were witness of both, observing well both. Indulgence and renunciation to them were just two waves on the vast sea of their own self. This 21st century is full of life negative, mentally unstable and mentally sick, almost criminal-minded people. They cannot think anything higher than body. Now why such people are born, my dear friends? Listen. If ovum and sperms are weak during love making, baby will not survive. If they are strong but impure, body, the mind of the baby will be fickle-minded. Okay. If mother and father both are honest and sinless and right thinking in character, followed cosmic law codes of conduct all life, and lived severe, peaceful, not severe, serene and peaceful and wise and Brahminic way of life, the marriage was performed with similar high-principled girl, and love-making took place in faultless time and blameless place, following Upanishadic precautions. The love-making was done not out of sexual madness, but as a duty to pay off Pitrinin, and a baby is born, then all Vedic sanskar, that means purificatory rites, for baby's body, mind, brain and emotion to be more human, rising towards divinity, then the course of physical purity is completed. Yam pravrajantamanupetamapeta krityam. Sacred fete ceremony is done in proper time, place, and by knower of the subject with all required articles. Then an exact year of your age, on exact year of your age, and successfully initiated in Holy Gayatri Mantra and acted out all meditations, then no power of the world can confuse, complicate, and old age can never bother you. When you do japa, observing all purity rules, you will never be mentally ill or weak. No psychological problem at all life. No autism, my dear friends. No senile, no muddle-headed, no Alzheimer, no Parkinson, cancer-like diseases they will not be able to come closer. From a distance, they will salute you. From far distance, okay? You are always fresh and cool. When you have mastered the course of organizing mind, intellect, senses in sovereign calm, never an ever-changing person and place and things of petty or mean ideas can fascinate you. Okay? Then there is spiritual purity course. As it completed, a fiery, stormy search for absolute truth is awakened. Then only you are qualified for sannyas. Approach a powerful, enlightened spiritual master who is also pure, neat and clean, inner and outer, in a aforesaid manner. And then he will test you as how much stamina you have to receive the electric shock of inner ecstasy and bliss and rapture. And you will pass the test and various exams with 100% marks. You are then placed in sacred service of the Guru. If you did not escape from midway, if you boldly went ahead in vigorous service, then the Guru will give you either sudden enlightenment or put you in deep meditation from where your goal is just one leap away. Now, here is highly unusual case, my dear friends. Yam pravrajantamanupeta krityam dvaipayano virakatarayadhava putreti tanmayataya taravo vinedus tam sarvabhutaridayam munimaunatosmi. Here is a highly unusual case. Hello, my son, where are you going? Stop, please. Sage Vyasa, running, shouting aloud, full of longing, as he saw his newborn baby loomed up in a 16-year-old boy, is racing along, leaping onto the jungles, even without compulsory rites of integration, He cried on top of his voice, "Hello, hello, my son." Then unto him responded the flocks of trees, announcing her son's status of cosmic oneness, my dear friends. Kaushiki Samhita tells us stories. The story of Amarnath. Mata Sati saw Lord Shiva wearing a garland of heads, small heads, and she asked, "My Lord, what are those?" "These are the heads of someone I loved, my dear friend." "You loved?" "Oh, then who are that? You don't recognize yourself? You have been born and serving me since long, many yugas. And then at the end of creation, you left the body. I preserved your head. So these are those." "My Lord, I die every time. Every time, and you live on and on. I also want to live on and on. I want to be immortal like you." And Lord Shiva said, "To do that, you have to listen Amar katha. That will make you immortal." And they started discoursing on Amar Katha in Amarnath in Kashmir. And Lord Shiva started discoursing Srimad Bhagavat to Devi, who had absorbed in devotional trance. Fortunately, fallen dead egg of a parrot nearby became resurrected by the power of the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. He continued saying, "Oh yes," as Devi was saying before going into the trance, my dear friend. For long, Lord Shiva remained oblivious due to ever-growing bliss of speaking on the subject. At last, when he was aware of someone else imitating his beloved wife, Devi, and tricking him, he became angry, my dear friends, and ordered his trident to chase the culprit. The Shuk too had by now become intuitive and powerful, but not as to confront the mighty Lord Shiva. So he flew fast, trident was chasing him wherever he went. At last he arrived at the ashram of sage Vyas. His wife had just taken bath in the holy Ganga, and bending backward in Chakrasan pose, she was squeezing off water from her hip-long hairs. Doing so, her mouth was little opened, and Shuka, in a hurry, wondering what to do, where to hide, entered her mouth, my dear friends. And by the mysterious and miraculous plan of the Almighty Lord, Shuka stayed in the womb for 12 long years. He was reciting the Vedas and Puranas, which would resound in and throughout the entire ashram. Sage Vyas and his students with whole university would listen to these occasional recitings, my dear. Vyas began persuading the baby to come out and grace everybody with his paramount wisdom. But the baby refused. He pointed out that the vibration of the world is baby mind, body, mind, ego obsessing. So it is too dangerous for his growth. The sage then invited all his equals and assured the baby in the womb that he will not be contaminated by the air of the world. His knowledge will remain exactly as it is. I promise, he said, dear baby, please come out. At last, the baby came out. He grew soon so fast in shape of a youth of 16 years old. It is the law of the mysterious unknown that superhumans require no time to grow physically and mentally as well. Their bodies shape up fast according to their former development of inner self. As soon as Shukadevji came out, he rose to a beautiful youth and breathed deeply and felt assured worldly air has failed to take away his hard-earned realization knowledge. But still cautious, he began moving towards the forest with fast pace. All family members and students followed. Even Sage Vyasa ran after him. He sped so hurriedly that Vyasa was left behind, who followed him with intentions to bring him home and let everyone enjoy his realization. Anupeta krityam means maybe he would have been missing some qualities to be social, as Mimamsakas boast that only those who are disqualified for action, being blind, deaf, dumb or dull, should go to be a monk. But here the boy is so extraordinarily qualified that Dvaipayano Virakatnaraya Juhava. Then the compiler of the Vedas, presenting it in 4 volumes, composer of the telegraphic formulas of absolute truth, and exponent of Puranas, became overwhelmed by pain of separation and began shouting, "Oh my son, oh dear son." Shukadevji wondered, what's that? Not even in clay and water, nor in 5 elements, there are such distinctions as son and father. Then, what about in the self, in absolute Brahman? He could not figure out what and how to respond to this strange call. He sped faster and disappeared in the bushes. Now, tanmayataya tarabo vinedo. The trees spoke, "Holy Sire, your son is not body-identified one. He is superhuman, enlightened, born enlightened. He has become one with everybody's heart. The Almighty resides. So watch out. What are you going to accomplish when matching objective, matching recipient is ready? Then only such great saints appear to bless. At present,